giving the game away. I told you so. He said, look, we lost the information battle. We can't ban him on Instagram. His clips are everywhere. We can't ban him on Rumble and Twitter. We are being hanged by our own standard of free speech. We fought for free speech. Now we got it. Now Nick Fuentes' ideas have triumphed in the information space. He said, we can't control that. It's too big. It's too broad. So we're going to retreat to the next layer. He said, we can control the institutions, hiring and firing, sidelining and promoting. Where? Think tanks, congressional offices, political campaigns. He says, in the late 2010s, I watched generational conflict play out in disastrous ways in liberal and left-leaning institutions where the younger guard was increasingly radicalized and the older guard moved rapidly from patronizing encouragement to besieged submission, from welcoming radical tendencies to being paralyzed by fear of junior employees whom they themselves had elevated and in theory could still discipline or fire. The radical left took over the Democrat Party. Nancy Pelosi has to bend the knee to AOC in certain instances. Zohran Mamdani defeats Andrew Cuomo. He said, in the left, the radical, bombastic, enthusiastic young people captured the institutions. Because initially, the establishment on the left was, let's say, they were caught with their pants down. They didn't know that they had let the fox in the henhouse. They let in a dragon. He said he witnessed that happen on the left. He writes, whatever share of Capitol Hill interns or think tank employees are actually Fuentes sympathizers, this is the scenario the institutional right needs to avoid right now, preventing radicalized junior staffers from steamrolling or puppeteering nominal superiors, in-name-only superiors. Music to my ears. Delicious. I'll have another course, please. Another one of these, another round. I love it. Succulent, scrumptious, delicious. And it's delicious because it's already happening. It's already happening. Past tense, it happened. Steamrolling nominal superiors, puppeteering nominal superiors. We're everywhere. He says, it's too late to control information. Let's try to gatekeep the institutions. You've only caught on far too late. Look at what happened the other week. Gavin Wags blew up a group chat. You throw a rock, you're going to hit 30 GROYPERS in Washington, D.C. You throw a rock in Washington, D.C., it's going to bounce off the heads of 30 GROYPERS. What are you talking about? It's not too late for the institutions. Oh, if only you knew.
Okay, so a few things going on here. Outside of just the Civil War in the Republican Party, Nick is basically saying that there was a civil war in the Democratic Party, and he's saying that the liberals won, the progressive won. That's why Mamdani won New York mayoral election. This is a regional thing. In some places, it may be more liberal, more liberal and more progressive Democrats. In some places, it may be more moderate Democrats. Same with the Republican Party. In some places, it may be support for moderate Republicans. In some places, it may be support for more alternative and extreme Republicans. This may have to do with youth. It may also have to do with ideological differences. I actually like this because what I wanted to see in American politics is I don't like the two-party system because it's like either or. And I think bipartisanship would help the more people in the middle and a larger group of people. So if we were to end up having a situation where now the Democrats are just progressives and then maybe Nick's group overtakes the Republican Party and they're just conservatives, we may have a more grown-up or more adult political party in the middle. And that might be what Elon was talking about when he said he may create a party. I think that party, separate from them taking money from Israel or any foreign government, I wouldn't want like a foreign government to be in control of this third party. But I think that having a third party and giving Americans three options will make Americans think and allow Americans to pick, instead of picking the lesser of two evils, which people always feel like they're doing. So, for example, in the Mamdani Cuomo race, a lot of people felt that, well, we didn't want Cuomo to win because of the sex scandal, but then we also didn't want Mamdani to win because he's pushing a lot of socialist and communist ideas. But the thing was, you had to choose one of them, right? So people who picked Mamdani might have just picked him because they didn't want to support somebody they thought was like a predator. But then other people may have picked Cuomo, not even because they supported him or thought he was the best candidate. They just thought he was better than what they believe is a socialist running the government. So I think that what's maybe happening in America is that you have the two extremes who have kind of grown because on social media and with the youth, they've been allowed to share their ideas. So you have like the extremes of like people who are in, I don't know what you would call them, but certain factions. You have this group who gets a lot of its information from here and they have this belief. And then you have another side on the right who gets all the information from here and they have these beliefs. But then you have more of the mainstream group, which I think most Americans is give and take. I think whether it's welfare, whether it's crime, etc., I think most Americans will work together and say, look, we just want a solution, right? We see problems with black community. We see issues with in the white community, liberals and white conservatives. We see issues with some of the things in the Hispanic community. We see issues with some of the things in the Jewish community, right? I think most people think all groups have their bad apples, right? And I think that what these extremes are doing is they're categorizing all on the left. They're categorizing straight white men as a certain way. Or the conservatives are saying anybody who isn't a straight white man, Christian, they're in some way have an issue, whether they're a woman, whether they're black, whether they're gay, right? I don't think there are large groups, but I think that the vast majority of people are more in the middle. And why a lot of people checked out of the political system, why a lot of the people were frustrated when Joe Biden and Trump ran. A lot of people voted, but people said, we don't even like both candidates. Well, guys, it's because what we have to do, us people in the middle, we have to get more engaged, like Nick was telling the GROYPERS, and we have to vote for the candidates we want early on in the primaries. So guys, start paying attention to your primary elections. And if there are candidates who you agree with, who are like moderate, you got to vote for them in the primaries. One of the reasons why both parties are potentially being hijacked by the extremes is the people that are extreme are more into politics. So when you have a primary race, they're the ones that are winning those elections. So those are the ones who are being put up as the face of the party. I actually don't believe that the GROYPERS or the people who vote for the squad, etc. I don't believe that the American people are on these two extremes. We just see these extremes in the candidates because early on in the process, we are not voting for the more moderate people that we support and the views that we like. So I just think that as Americans, we need to try to be more engaged in the system. If you like this video, please smash the like button, comment, and subscribe. New shows airing Monday through Thursday.